We enjoy to be in this industry. We enjoy to talk to people. We enjoy to be around. So definitely it comes with the joy. However, if it does not pay off, it will not survive for long. Every difficulty we face is an opportunity. If you manage to get through challenges, then you see the opportunity in the future. You're going through disagreements, you're going through agreements, you're going through positive, you're going through challenges, and at the end of the day, you find the opportunities. That is important to balance. So I'm happy as I am. Every mistake you make, it helps you to go to the correct direction afterwards. The ideas in life are for free. Whoever makes the ideas reality gets the money or gets the success. Clever people not always do clever things. It's all about motivation and right attitude. Make sure you have the motivation to do what you do in your life. Do what you like to do.
Welcome to Pitch Marathon by 18Peaches. Straightforward chats with industry leaders who are shaping the industry today. We are wrapping up this strong year with a series of interviews, boosting thought leadership, shaping healthier industry culture, and just talking to the top people from iGaming. Today's guest is Dinos Stranomitis, operational management executive, believer of information technology as the future of iGaming, director and COO of Altinar. We'll talk business, the current state of the industry, game design, generational shifts, and practical success tips. Let's get into it. Hi Dinos, how are you today?
Hi Aziz. I'm very glad to discuss and understand about 18Peaches, but also to discuss about Altinar as well. And I see if these sessions of very nice interviews can help further the industry.
The industry is about the events, not only about the events, but they play a very important part in our lives. And we know that you've been to Sigma Rome. It was a busy event. Did you manage to recover? How busy was it for you?
Well, I think Sigma Rome, actually it was a few weeks ago. So to be honest, I have already went even to another show after that. So to recover, it's not a question. I think you can recover in a couple of hours or in a day or something. Definitely it was an interesting event. I'm happy to discuss about it. Coming back, of course, many opportunities arising, many new things. I have to say I'm here up and running.
We will have Iman, who will be also taking part in our series of interviews. Maybe you have anything to tell to Iman.
I know Iman since Sigma was in an Intercontinental Hotel in Malta. It was a much smaller event. However, in the heart of gaming, in the heart of iGaming, I do believe that Sigma and Malta goes hand in hand. I felt a little bit different when I had to visit Sigma Rome, considering that was Malta before. However, definitely Rome gives better space, better facilities, even though the vibe of Sigma in Malta was amazing, and to be honest, I missed it.
We are missing Sigma as well. And for us, it was also a very busy event, lots of things happening around our stand, giveaways, lots of people, the team was rushing. Yeah, eventually 3 weeks has passed and we are missing it as well. Okay, and what about with the recent SBC Lisbon? What are the top Sigma SBC events are the most important ones for the industry?
Well, SBC Lisbon is definitely, in my opinion, probably together with ICE, maybe the biggest event I would dare to say in the world. Very vibrant. Pretty much everyone is attending. It takes a leading position. Let's say, of course, ICE Barcelona is still a very good event, that we have to consider. However, I think if I have to say SBC and Sigma, the best ones looks to be the Sigma when it comes to Malta or Rome, wherever it takes, the Sigma Europe, and eventually Sigma in Sao Paulo. And then from SBC, I would claim SBC in Lisbon, and I do like actually SBC in Miami. To be honest, I think it's very good event as well, very helpful. And Miami is a place that can definitely be very complementary for North and Latin America at the same time. It's not just one dimension. So I would definitely choose those four, plus ICE, the 5 most important events in the industry every year.
You've mentioned those events. They are helping us to do our business, right? My next question
does.
Or this is just for fun?
No, I think it helps to do the business. Otherwise, I doubt that we would attend every year.
It's not only for fun; it's a big fun as well.
I can comment on that. It's fun to meet people. It's fun to do business. It's fun. I mean, we enjoy to be in this industry. We enjoy to talk to people. We enjoy to be around. So definitely it comes with a joy. However, if it does not pay off, it will not survive for long.
Absolutely. Speaking of survival, is it more difficult to do business today, or it is easier? For example, dealing with banking sector, regulation, licensing, coordinating with crypto providers, blah 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 blah, geopolitics.
If you look this industry a little bit from distance, from above, I think this industry is getting more and more regulator, whatever that means. Which even that means that the product has to be better, much more demands, much more rules, many, even it was much different 15, 20 years ago that anything you can get up and running, it could be okay. These days, you must have quality, you have to follow rules. Getting difficult, more difficult or more easy, it depends the view, depends the approach. I say, to be honest, every difficulty we face is an opportunity. Every kind, even, what is trendy to discuss about challenges is that every government, especially in Europe, they believe that gaming, iGaming or gambling has a lot of money to give to taxation and they increase the taxes. Of course, this will make many operators to struggle a little bit to survive or to make profit. However, this is an opportunity. Resilience is important. And if you ask me how this will be in 5 years, probably if you manage to get through challenges, then you see the opportunity in the future.
I agree. And when you told the difficulties are opportunities, I had goosebumps because I really believe in this as well. These are not difficulties, but rather challenges. We've mentioned Altenar. Could you please tell a bit more about the company, about the products in general, Altenar and Aggregate?
Our customers positioning Altenar as a prime sports betting B2B provider only. I think that Altenar has grown to specific significant levels last couple of years. There are already 780 people. So we're already an organization, I would say. Yes. I think we have one of the best, if not the best, B2B sportsbook in the world. I'm happy to get challenged. I'm happy to hear competitors, definitely to say. We have specific approaches, specific strengths. This is our main focus. However, yes, Aggregate is a new name in the industry. It is what we thinking, something that it will help a lot in the future for revenues, for quality, for product. It is the Aggregate. It's a casino aggregator we're starting, and eventually more things can happen there. But I don't want to promise things to the industry. I want Altenar and Aggregate to be the ones that are delivering, but not necessarily how to say, promising. So stay tuned and you see things happening.
Wow. Yeah, that's a nice teaser. Nice teaser. Of course, when there are lots of people on board, there are people of different generations. The older one with a huge experience, Gen Z generation is coming and starting to take over the leading positions, and we somehow need to live with that. So speaking of generations, you worked with everyone. Which generation influenced you more? The one that was shaping you as a manager and leader, or the new generation, and you see something fresh and new in it?
Probably my generation cannot change. I am what I am. I'm not a young one anymore, but I hope that I'm still young to run business for another 30 years at least. But I think the generation, when I grown up I'm born in 69, so it is what it is. But I grown up in 80s, 70s, 80s, then 90s. So you say I'm coming from that. But I think what made me more influence in my life when it comes to style of management, to style of doing the things, of running business, is the cultures. And if I have to say, I need to admire the Scandinavian culture of doing business. I like the way that the Scandinavian is considering life in combination with the business and how you balance between those two. And if we have some time someday to analyze this further. I think that type of culture influenced me mostly. Now, this is about me. If you ask me about generation still, I have to say younger people are better than us, at least than my generation. Younger people are more promising, more dynamic, more knowledgeable, and more important, they understand technology much better than us. I think definitely new generations will be much better, and they will probably drive the business or the product level quality in a different level.
As a representative of a generation in between the older one and super younger one, I would tell that I think both are important. We need your experience a lot because we don't have it. We don't have it to a large extent, and we need to learn. That is why we are learning. That is why partly we are having this talk today, so younger people can see the current leaders and maybe they will be able to learn at least something. This Scandinavian approach to life, is this, and you mentioned that it is important for you and it is shaping you as a businessman. Is it your secret or there is something else? What are the main pillars of this philosophy or approach to the life in general?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why I say this, of course, to have a, let's say, a regional name or a country's name, whatever, behind this, it sounds a bit discriminating, but if the discrimination approach is positive, it should be fine. Why I say
Absolutely.
that? In the business, every day in the business, every day in the management, if we have a topic that we all agree, everything is fine. The moment that we have a topic to disagree, the way we express our disagreement, it makes a difference and is distinguishing our culture. So what I say that I think that if you ask me, Scandinavians, they have probably the best approach to disagree. You can bring forward your opinion in a nice, a gentle way, and definitely in a proper time, you just make sure that you bring forward a definite decision that is clearly on a different direction to the topic that you disagree. If everyone would like to manage this way, I think the world would be much better. We can always disagree, but we can always be polite and gentle. That's, in my opinion, the most important thing in business. You're going through disagreements, you're going through agreements, you're going through positives, you're going through challenges, and at the end of the day, you find the opportunities.
Wow. I'm not a Scandinavian, so I would agree with you. Someone from our audience will want to learn about it more. Can you recommend maybe some books where we can get more information about it? We also want to learn more about this philosophy.
It is not so easy. I think if you can, if everyone starts reading a little bit of history and how certain things evolved, it potentially helps. All this stuff is not necessarily a guide. There is no a rule book. It's more or less, you have to make your observations around, and you have to understand why certain things work in one culture and why certain things does not work in another culture. And then you just have to follow and push yourself towards one or the other. So it's really difficult for me to say, get this book. By the way, this is more of a British approach. Get this rule book, get what Wayne said, follow the process. That's a different story. Also successful, but definitely can be more successful if you just deviate a bit of the rules as well.
Absolutely. And probably this is also a generational feature because we are used to the world where we have a book about productivity. With the rules, we learn and we are productive. We have a book about good sleep. We read it and we are sleeping well.
Absolutely.
So that's the world we are living in. But yeah, actually there is no rule book. It's more about general understanding of the world, of the history, and everything. I agree. Yeah. And speaking of business, we've been gathering these questions from our team. I like this one. Just to understand you as a businessman. Imagine you've got 10 million budget. It appears tomorrow, and where would you allocate it? In your current company, in the development of marketing or technologies, or maybe you would start a new business, a third one that will be even more innovative.
Definitely, I would put this money in Altenar. No other second thought. and definitely very clear, 100% product technology for future. Amazing things can happen. Just put 10 million to the right people, to the right ideas, which I have it already in my mind. I think when it comes to data science, when it comes to, well, I want to avoid the word artificial intelligence because, it's so much abused, if you ask me. But I say, if you just make sure that you have the right approach on data science, on the way you're managing your data, the way you make your system becoming better and more clever, that's what will pay off faster than anything. There is no reason to have another startup when already the startup of Altena that was 12 years ago, it's already successful. So they take 10 million, technology, product, good people, excellent recipe, data science, human intelligence, artificial intelligence.
That's the excellent recipe. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing it. I think our audience will really appreciate it.
Very simple.
And like free advice for everyone who has $10 million. We've been talking about, and you mentioned that artificial intelligence topic is really abused. I agree. And today we don't have any questions about it. We won't be talking about it because many words already said about it.
It all depends if you have specific projects in your mind for everyone. But, to make a machine to think and deliver what people think is artificial intelligence, it's more than just have a smart system.
Getting back to our real life, to humans, another interesting question from the team is about the lessons you've learned during the last 15 years. Imagine you meet yourself 15 years younger. What would you tell yourself, or what would you prevent yourself doing from?
As is, I think as everyone in life, I have made many mistakes. Yes. Could I prevent those? I think it's not possible. No. It is what it is. It happened, whatever happens. If I had to go back, of course, it would be a great advantage to know which decisions to avoid or which decisions, let's say, to slightly change. However, one important rule, every mistake you make, it helps you to go to the correct direction afterwards. So, by definition, in my opinion, everyone has to make the mistakes. If you consider that as a life rule, because you cannot avoid mistakes, if in your life you have only success in the beginning, eventually you will fall into mistakes and you end up pretty much wherever you deserve. I'm not believing in destiny necessarily. You can definitely shape your destiny. But, if I had to go back to change something, I see very difficult something to change. There is a part of me say that I should play more conservative, but there is another part say I would play more risky. But at the end of the day, it's me. So I have to come, unfortunately, with the answer, I'm happy as I am now. So if I had to go back, I would not change anything. Especially, it's not only professional, but also in my personal life. That is important to balance. So I'm happy as I am. No need to change anything.
This is so great. This is not for a podcast, but I really like your attitude towards life. All those things about the mistakes that we need to make mistakes, otherwise we don't find a right direction. Competitors are teaching us, and we cannot do business without good and strong competition. The way to work with disagreement. So all these things are. I think this is just some precious advice to the audience, to everyone, to anyone who is watching our video, and when you're sharing your attitude towards this life. Getting back to our to the industry related questions. Speaking of slot games, do you think they require evolution right now, or maybe revolution, or maybe even a rebellion? Do you think that a change is needed?
I tell you, as is,
Okay, you're asking a sports person about slots, but I will give you my approach. In order for me to understand slots, I had to try a couple of them in my life, and I understand how it works. I understand the feeling. I understand the approach. I understand. There are specific slots that are famous. If you ask me something to change, the concept is all around dopamine and adrenaline. The concept is all around something that is interesting, something that is new, something that can give a positive surprise to the user. This is how a successful slot recipe should be. Now, what I see, there are generations of slots. Maybe, okay, generation is not like human generation. But it was Novomatic that made a revolution, then it was NetEnt that made another, then Pragmatic, whatever. There is a concept behind it, and if you ask me, the concept has always to evolve. The concept has to evolve to the level that people, I think you should create enjoyment, entertainment, and retention. This is how a slot should go. At the moment, the slots are unfortunately not necessarily connected to real events. And this is what I think would be a very good approach for future. What I see, for example, a combination between real events that sports betting is based together with slots. This is how I would like to try to think and evolve such a concept. It is not so easy, and eventually slowing down some action, but maybe gives a little bit of a more positive surprise and confidence that I am related to something that I know it's happening, and it's not just a random number generator behind. So if I have to say, that approach is something that we are working in our mind.
Another golden advice for everyone, just to think in this direction: live events and slot games.
By the way, Aziz, the, yes, the ideas in life are for free. Whoever makes the ideas reality gets the money or gets the success.
Yep, and to create this idea, to bring it to life, it requires blood and sweat and lots of work. And yeah, the only difference
That's
that
it.
some people do this and other people are not doing this.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
clever people not always do clever things.
I agree. I agree. And stupid people are doing clever things sometimes as well. So we shouldn't
It happens.
we should neglect
It's
them.
a matter
Yeah,
of statistics. It's a matter of
absolutely.
the best team in the world can eventually lose the most critical game.
Absolutely. Yeah, both sports betting, live events, slot games are about statistics. The whole life is statistics. Absolutely. What do you think about 18 Peaches in general?
I'm very positively surprised from the marketing approach and the way you're investing on that. It is important, of course, for a company to grow and go beyond. You need a good product. You have a good product, but your marketing approach is interesting. And this is what I'm analyzing at the moment. And I say that if I have to say something very positive about 18 pitches, is the way you approach how you position yourselves in the market. I think that's a great effort. Keep doing that. I will observe results.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. This is very much appreciated. And I think these are very important words for every team member who is grinding together with us. And yeah, we will keep doing this. We are getting closer to the end of our podcast, of our today's session, and we will have more experts, top people from the industry talking to us. And you don't know who would be the next, but probably you have some question in mind that you might ask a random C level or a founder of an iGaming company. What would it be?
Actually, for me, it's very simple. I mean, when I meet any colleague or competitor or anything, my main approach to understand and ask is that if you feel happy working in this industry, if you feel this is something that gives you a joy, this is mainly if you want to say, is everyone feels nice working in this industry? Probably this industry has great days to go.
If you feel that you have to accomplish a task and you don't feel much excitement, you better change. So I would try to investigate for every C-level, why you do that. I mean, why you want to be a CEO, why you want to be a COO, why you want to be a super manager, why you want to be the best, let's say, professional. If you do it for money, might not be the best answer. But if you do it because you like it, success is around the corner. You just need to find the right way.
This is a question, but it is combined with wisdom sharing and motivation.
Much of wisdom, to be honest. Not much of wisdom as it's just stupid observations that everyone can make.
No. It will be us who will judge. And I would say that today I personally got lots of insights, and that was a very interesting talk. Many people from the industry will watch this episode and share with us more. Any advice to every new manager? Maybe some failure to avoid or a habit to adopt. Anything, please.
Yes.
Well, in my opinion, it's so simple. It's all about motivation and right attitude. Make sure you have the motivation to do what you do in your life. Do what you like to do. And then have the right attitude to agree and disagree when it is necessary. Go for it. You know, if you have no other choice than to pass the desert, you will pass the desert. You will make it. You will succeed. At the end of the desert, there is a nice place with many trees, green, everything there. What people sometimes say, okay, professional heaven. But you have to make your mistakes. You have to go through the process. You have to work hard. And for this, you need the motivation. So make sure you have the motivation to do whatever you do. That's all. Nothing else.
Thank you so much. It's the industry of workaholics, and we are all in this desert right now. So yeah, thank you very much for motivation and for inspiration, I would even say.
Yes, I say if you don't like this industry, more likely you would never work in this industry.
Absolutely, it's only about love. Yeah, it's only about love. If we wouldn't love it, nothing would happen. Absolutely, that's a good ending.
Yeah.
That's a good ending. Absolutely, we there is nothing to say anymore. Nothing to say. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Follow 18Peaches for more straightforward talks with iGaming industry top people. Drop your thoughts and comments and tell us what you agree or probably disagree with, and let us know who do you like to see the next. Thanks for watching and listening. See you in the next episode.